break down the Blue Bloods for me, UCLA
Yeah.
and Kentucky. How do you see this one playing out tonight, Brent?
Well, Kentucky, very, very young, Rich, and Calipari's had to really coach his butt off with this team. And if they play like they did in that first game against UCLA, the Bruins will advance. But it's a rematch, so you know that the Wildcat youngsters have buckled in because they lost that first game, and the line has wavered, and now the Bruins are just a slight favorite. But Vegas gets influenced by a lot of fans from Southern California, who drive in and out of here. So there's always a little bit of a line edge to the teams from Los Angeles, and UCLA carries. I'll tell you one thing. Like last night, there will be an enormous crowd of Kentucky Wildcat fans in Memphis. That's a pretty easy trip for them to make. They travel much better than UCLA Bruins. UCLA is one of those schools, not unlike Vanderbilt, where your alums scatter out around the entire country, and they don't come together for things like this as much as the Kentucky faithful. So I would think that the crowd would give the Cats just a little bit of an edge. But having said that, and the other thing I don't know, Rich, is whether or not Coach Alford is distracted by what's going on around him. Dick Vitale came up on VSiN yesterday afternoon and said beyond a shadow of a doubt in his opinion that if Indiana Steve offered the head coaching job, he will leave UCLA and take the Indiana job because he grew up there. He's a legend, led the Hoosiers to a national championship back at 87 down in New Orleans. So you don't know how much of a distraction that's causing internally in a situation. And whether or not we will ever know, it's hard to say. Indiana so far hasn't tipped its hand. That would be the obvious direction for them to head. So we shall see. I was around Calipari, and what impressed me a little bit earlier this year was how hard he works his kids during practice. Everybody knows he's a great recruiter, one and done, fast-talking Italian, friendly, love the dude. But he's a better coach than people think he is. And so beware the Cats tonight if they get on a run. I will say that because they're going to have a huge backing in that building. And the Bruins are going to have to bring their A game to stay alive in this tournament, believe me.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.